What's up, guys? Daryl from Smart Shooters, and tonight, I just got word of a sad story. So there's an actor, Alec Baldwin, I believe is his name, and he was on the set of a movie called Rust, and they had a prop gun, and somehow it accidentally discharged, killed a woman, injured another guy. Sad story. Prayers go out to them. But I figured when I heard, anytime I hear accidental discharge, I always take it as an opportunity to stress some points to you guys, especially around safety. So let's talk about it. So the first universal safety rule that prevents negligent discharges is to treat every gun like it's loaded. They had a prop gun, which could make it easier to not treat like it's loaded, because you assume that it's a prop gun and that whatever projectile comes from it would do little to no damage, right? So I actually brought a little airsoft pistol here. I use this for training for students who aren't ready to put their hands on a physical gun yet, or on an actual gun yet. We use these in class and they function just like actual firearms. You can rack the slide. It's got a safety of fire. I think this one is a FNS9. But the first thing we want to do is treat this like it's loaded. So as you notice, my gun is pointed in a safe direction. My finger stays off the trigger because I know the moment I put my finger on the trigger is how this gun actually is going to fire. So the way we avoid any negligent discharges is by treating this like it's loaded, having that same discipline, even though I know that this is an empty airsoft pistol that could do me no harm. Secondly, we never want to point the gun at anything we don't want to destroy. Meaning that if we don't want to destroy something, if we don't want to kill somebody, if we wouldn't shoot it, we should never point our firearm at it. Even as I'm talking right now, I have it pointed in a safe direction. I will not just point it at the camera because the camera is something I'm not willing to shoot. So, and even though you could argue that this is an empty airsoft gun, it stresses my point that we have to treat all guns like they're loaded with the same discipline. Our third universal safety rule is to keep our finger off the trigger and outside of this trigger guard until we're on target and we're 100% sure we're ready to shoot. All right, this will prevent all negligent discharges. No gun, if built properly, will accidentally just shoot for no reason. There'll be no way I can slap this, punch this, kick it, and it just fires. All right. In order for that firing pin safety to move out of the way so that firing pin can hit that primer and send that bullet down the front of the gun, I have to pull the trigger and actuate that action, all right? Otherwise, the gun will never fire. So we're gonna keep our finger off that trigger and outside of this trigger guard until we're on our target and we're 100% ready to shoot. Then lastly, of course, we're gonna know our target and what's beyond our target. So it's important to know, even if I'm enacting something, if I'm trying to teach students proper grip, if I'm trying to teach proper stance, if I'm trying to teach isometric pressure, whatever it is that I'm trying to do, I need to know where my muzzle is pointing and then what's beyond that. So God forbid, if I do have an accidental discharge, my gun is at least pointed in a safe direction where I don't have to worry about hitting anybody. So always know your target and what's beyond it. So let's run back through them. Number one, we're gonna treat every gun like it's loaded. Okay, number one, treat every gun like it's loaded. Number two, never point your gun at anything you're not willing to shoot. If you wouldn't shoot it, don't point your gun at it. Number three, keep your finger off the trigger and outside the trigger guard unless you're on point, on target, ready to shoot. Number four, always know your target and what's beyond and around your target. This way, if you, God forbid, you have an accidental discharge, you know where your muzzle's pointing and it'll be in a safe direction. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with the people who were, the lady who was fatally killed and then the guy who was injured in this incident. And our prayers are also with the whole movie cast, because I know how this can just send a project down the tubes, like all the money that's tied up and invested in it. And after something like this, you can pretty much count on pulling the plug. So that's it. Anytime I hear accidental discharge in the news or anything like that, I figure it's always a good time to run back through the safety rules. That's the instructor side of me. So if you like this video, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. All right, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any more smart shooter videos. I give away free content, education, and entertainment for free. Like, check it out. All right. If you want to know more about my organization, you can go to www.smart-shooters.com. I'll make sure I put the website right there for you. And thanks for watching. Later.